You start your day like any other, coffee in hand, badge clipped to your belt, shoes polished just enough to reflect the fluorescent light of the precinct. The city smells of rain and exhaust, like it always does at this hour. Sirens echo in the distance, wailing through narrow streets and wet pavement. You glance at your desk and see the case files stacked neatly. Murders 1 through 12 this month, and one more just arrived overnight. Each folder feels heavier than the last. You open the first. Victim, John Reeves. Cause of death, blunt force trauma. No witnesses, no security cameras, no clear motive. The autopsy report is cold, clinical, precise. You flip through the pages and note the pattern forming. Same neighborhood, same type of weapon, same signature. And then it hits you. That pattern wasn't someone else leaving traces, it was you. You sit back, letting the chair creak beneath you. The ceiling tiles blur, the fluorescent light hums. You remember the first time you pulled the trigger. It wasn't supposed to be this. Defensive, containment, justice, a line in the sand, but the line blurred, slowly, day by day. The adrenaline, the thrill, the satisfaction of closure. What started as righteous action became habit, necessity, compulsion. You had justified it at first. This one was going to get away. This one is beyond the law. This one deserves it. And it was easy to convince yourself. The city is full of criminals. Someone has to clean it up. Someone has to act when the system fails. But now, looking at the case files, at the maps with red pins marking bodies, you see the truth. The same hands that wrote arrest reports, interviewed witnesses, collected evidence. They also planned, executed, and disposed. Your hands. You go through the motions anyway. Check emails, log evidence, file reports. Everything looks normal. Everything appears professional. You smile at the rookie in the office, the one who still believes in the oath, the one who still thinks justice is black and white. They don't know yet. You hope they never will. It's easier that way. To keep living, you have to keep believing that what you did was for the right reasons. You tell yourself it was. You've told yourself 1,000 times. Lunch arrives, sandwich wrapped in wax paper. You eat mechanically while scanning the streets outside. The city is alive and indifferent. Pedestrians hurry along the wet pavement. A bus slams its brakes, throwing a man against the glass. No one notices. No one cares. It reminds you that the world continues regardless of your choices. And yet, the guilt creeps in like fog. Not constantly, but in sharp waves. You remember Karen Miller. She was 15. Wrong place, wrong time. You made the call. The report said armed robbery. In reality, she was an unintended witness, a girl who looked at you wrong, and you couldn't risk her testifying. The memory is precise. The way her eyes widened when the barrel aligned with her temple. The way she gasped for air, the way her blood soaked the tiles. You remember the silence after, the absence of sound except for your own breathing, the adrenaline fading, leaving only cold clarity. You shake your head, trying to dislodge the memory. Focus on the next case. Victim number 2, Michael Raines, security guard, patrol shift, alley behind the liquor store. Another unfortunate accident. You recall the night vividly. He knew something he shouldn't. Wrong place, wrong time. You were in uniform, gun holstered, authority unquestioned. You were trusted. That trust gave you freedom, and freedom has a cost. You check the case board. Red markers cluster around your city's north side. Patterns, correlations, timing. You've always been meticulous, methodical, organized. Nothing is random. You trace the lines with your finger. Names, addresses, timestamps. A map of your own orchestration. The irony isn't lost on you. You've spent your career chasing killers, interviewing families, writing commendation reports. Praises for your instincts, your skill, your bravery. The badge never questioned your loyalty. The paperwork never saw the blood. You take a sip of coffee, bitter, lukewarm. It burns slightly. You've always liked the ritual of it, the way it grounds you. Today, it feels like ash. Afternoon comes, a call from dispatch. A homicide just reported, fresh. 2 blocks from your apartment. You glance at your badge, at your gun. Everything in you screams not to respond, and yet you do. You drive slowly, engine hums, wipers swipe rhythmically across the windshield. No pedestrians, only the streetlights casting halos on wet asphalt. You park a block away, watching, thinking, planning, executing, a cycle perfected over years. The alley is dark, the body sprawled, familiar, too familiar. You take out your gloves, move carefully, inspect the scene like a rookie, noting angles, positions, details that will matter later. The tools, the knife, the plastic wrap, they all remind you of your first mistake. The one you buried beneath procedures, statistics, and paperwork. Your mind calculates risk and reward simultaneously, the predator and the lawman coexisting in the same flesh. Every instinct screams at you, a mixture of horror and exhilaration. You know the narrative you'll give investigators, the story of a break-in gone wrong, the convenient coincidence that spares your career. The adrenaline burns, your hands shake ever so slightly. You feel the weight of every life connected to this moment, every family, every observer who will never know your part in the final act. Yet Yet the city moves on. It always does. You dispose of evidence meticulously, clean the scene of your fingerprints and traceable touches, and leave as if you were the first responder who stumbled upon tragedy. You drive home, navigating familiar streets that suddenly feel alien. The rain has intensified. Reflections of streetlights shimmer on puddles. You think about the lives you've altered. The pattern is complete, yet invisible to everyone else. You enter your apartment. The walls smell faintly of stale smoke and coffee. The files from today are stacked on your kitchen table. You run your fingers across the edges, remembering each face, each scream, each name that will never make it into a report. You pour yourself a drink, neat amber liquid swirling in the glass. The burn soothes only the surface. In the mirror, you catch your own reflection, a face you've worn like a mask for decades, and you realize the detective who hunts killers is, in fact, the killer. The one person responsible for every precise act, every eliminated witness, every hidden crime is staring back at you. Night comes. The city quiets, but not for long. You think about the pattern, the map of red pins, the lives intersected by your choices. Each pin, a life altered. Each life, a ripple in a pond you cannot see. Your phone buzzes. A message from a colleague checking in on a report. You respond with a professional tone, all casual, all unknowing. They cannot see you for what you are. They will never see you for what you are. Sleep doesn't come easily. You lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, calculating. One day you might slip. One day someone might connect the dots. You imagine the headlines, the trial, the fall from grace. The reality is, even if it comes, the evidence is thin. Too thin. You are always meticulous. You covered your tracks. You've become the shadow in the system, invisible, untouchable. Yet the guilt remains, not constant, not paralyzing, but persistent in the quiet moments. You think of the faces of those you silenced, those who existed because you chose convenience, control, fear, or thrill. You think about the children of Karen Miller, the family of Michael Raines. You imagine them growing up unaware of the hand that removed their parents from their lives. You imagine the ripple, the moral void you've created. You check the case files again. New murders, new names, all aligning perfectly with the pattern only you could orchestrate. You feel the thrill, the precise, surgical satisfaction of your own design, and then the realization strikes. This is your life now. Every day, every hour, every decision has been a brick in the foundation of this dual existence. The lawman, the executioner, the enforcer, the protector, the killer. The next day begins the same. You grab coffee, check files, smile at the rookie who trusts the badge, drive the streets, observe the alleys, and choose. Each choice is both ordinary and extraordinary. You move through life performing the rituals of a detective while conducting clandestine acts of finality. Your colleagues praise your instincts, your diligence, your uncanny ability to predict criminal behavior. They don't know the truth. The city doesn't know the truth. Your family doesn't know the truth. Even you sometimes try to forget, to live in the abstraction, but the pattern is always there, looming in the edges of your mind. You begin to plan long-term. Each murder, each cover-up, each falsified report is cataloged, cross-referenced, memorized. You anticipate investigations before they begin. You anticipate human curiosity and the system's weaknesses. You have control, total control, and with control comes freedom. Freedom to move, freedom to act, freedom to live with the mask intact, freedom to enjoy the small pleasures. Coffee, rain, the ritual of your badge, the thrill of a quiet night punctuated by sirens in the distance. Yet the moral weight never fully disappears. It shifts, mutates, and occasionally resurfaces with cruel precision. You imagine being caught, imagine being exposed. You imagine the eyes of the rookie when they realize the truth. You imagine the media frenzy, the public outrage, the disgrace. You imagine the consequences, and then you sip your drink again. Let the amber liquid dull the edges. Let the city continue around you, ignorant, unknowing, blind to the truth that walks among them in uniform. You are alive. You are free. You are the detective, the law, and the killer.